Hi guys, it's FPL Hub here, back with another video. In this video, I'll be talking about my game week 1 team. In goal, I have Robert Sanchez. So he kept 10 clean sheets last season. He performed really well, and I think he's the best 4.5 option in FPL. So that's why I have him. He plays Burnley in the first game, and it's a very good fixture because I don't think Burnley will score that much, and I think that Brighton will be able to keep that clean sheet. Now let's move on to my defense. In defense, firstly, I have Trent Alexander-Arnold. I don't really need to talk much about him, despite his performance, and he's mostly in everyone's draft. Although Liverpool has some injury situations, like Robertson is now injured, but they still have Van Dijk coming back from injury, Joe Gomez coming back from injury. That makes their defense solid, very, very strong. So Trent, he's a very good player. He's on set pieces, on corners, and I think he's a very good defender to have. Secondly, in defense, I have Weltman. Weltman plays Burnley first. As I said before, Brighton's defense is very, very strong. Some people think that when Ben White left, Brighton's defense will get weaker. But I think the defense will be still strong and will be still solid. Lastly, I have Luke Shaw. He plays Leeds in the first game and has a great run of fixtures. He played really, really well last season. Although Aaron Wan-Bissaka outscored him, I think Shaw this season will be more dangerous and will be a better option in FPL. Now, let's move on to my midfield. Firstly, I have Mohamed Salah. He's mostly in everyone's draft. He's a very good player. I don't really have much to talk about him despite how good he is in FPL. So let's move on to Bruno Fernandes. Again, he's a very strong asset. I love how he plays, and he's a very good player on free kicks and on penalties. I think also on corners. Then is Benrahma. This is my differential pick. He plays Newcastle first. West Ham attack was very strong last season. With the departure of Lingard, I can see Benrahma starting more often. And lastly in midfield, I have Harvey Barnes. He plays Wolves first. Remember when last season, when he is fully fit, he was very, very good. This season, I think he will score very, very good goals and a lot of points in FPL. He was injured throughout some time in last season, but this season he's fully fit and I think he will be ready to start. Now let's move on to my forwards. First is Danny Ings. I know on the picture it shows that he's wearing a Southampton t-shirt, but he moved to Aston Villa, and I think Villa attack is very strong. With players like Ollie Watkins, Liam Bailey, he's a very, very good striker, a good finisher. So I think Danny Ings will be in my team also. So he's here and he's a very good player. Now, secondly, I have Mikel Antonio. Antonio had some injury issues last season, but West Ham attack is going to be very strong this season. They have very good players like Jarrod Bowen, Benrahma, and I think Mikel Antonio can score points. I think he's on penalties, but I think Mikel Antonio is a very good finisher, good striker to go to. Lastly, I have Tony. He's 30% owned by the FPL managers. He's promoted to the Premier League with the club Brentford, had a great championship season last year, and this year I think he can do it in the Premier League as well. I think he will score some goals, although his fixture against Arsenal isn't the best, but I think he will at least get assist or goal. Now, finally, let's move on to my bench. Firstly, Ben Foster. He's just a 4 million goalkeeper. He's the most likely to play in the 4 million goalkeepers, so that's why I have him. Secondly, Brownhill. He's a good midfielder, 4.5 option. I think he will play the most this season in the 4.5 options. And yeah, he will probably stay on my bench for most of the game weeks, unless there's an injury. Then I can bring him in. So yeah. And then Luke Ayling. People say that he might play centre back, but I think he will play as a wing back, a full back this season. So let's see. and he's a part of a very strong defensive team, Leeds. So I can see Leeds keeping clean sheets. And lastly, my 4 million option is Amati. He plays Wolves first. With Wesley Fofana injured, I think he will take the spot like how he did in the Community Shield. So I think Amati will start and will start the first few games until Wesley Fofana comes back. So this is my team. I have 1.5 in the bank. Planning if I could, or if I want, I could upgrade Amati into 4.5 Ben White, or a Benrahma upgrade to like a Rafinha, or Barnes to a Greenwood. But I think I'm satisfied with this team. If there's any changes, I will be having a live stream like few hours or a day before the deadline. So please join me. I have a Discord server. I will post the link in the description. And I also have an Instagram page. Please follow me at FPL Hub. So yeah, this is my team, and thanks for watching.